Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's update session. So I want to quickly give you, a comprehensive view of all what is trending on the social media. Let's begin with former governor of Borno State, Ali Madu Sherif, who came out saying Peter Obi's intention is to divide Nigeria. Guys, these people doesn't mean they are really scared of Nigeria being divided, guys. Anyway, that's not the topic. This man was on Channels Television and he said Peter Obi's intention for running for the presidency is just to divide Nigeria. And guess what? Nigerians have replied him. People have given him the buzz boost that he deserved. This is the person who is being accused to have, fostered the, what is it called? Boko Haram from their starting point to we all know how Boko Haram has grown today. Boko Haram began in Borno State while he was governor. He couldn't nap them, and today he had his the effrontery to come out to start talking about Peter Obi. Now, if you check what has been happening, just be very vigilant. The APC has been sending people on national television just to talk down on Peter Obi. I mean, Peter Obi remains their target. Instead of them to use their opportunity of being in the studio to talk about what they have achieved and why Nigerians should vote for them, the only strategy the Tinubu's government, the APC, has resorted to is attacking Peter Obi's personality. I mean, they feel when they dent Peter Obi's image, then Peter Obi will not be accepted by Nigerians or even the international, the international leaders, guys, because they know that Peter Obi has a name. This man has built a name. So the only target now is to see how we can rubbish that his name. Let's talk down on him. Let's make him look good. Some people have come out and say Peter Obi could not fight insecurity. Some people came out and say Peter Obi didn't build road. Now Alima Sherry is saying Peter Obi wants to become president so that he can divide Nigeria. And see what Nigerians are saying. Like this person here reacted saying, Godfather of terrorism, Madu Sherif has no business lecturing Nigerians on patriotism, obedient movement. This man has no right to even talk to issues that has to do with Nigeria today, guys, considering the fact that he's been alleged to have been the one who fostered Boko Haram, nurtured them, helped them to grow to what we are seeing today. I mean, we know how all this has happened. I'm going to play some videos for you to watch. Like Henry Shield is saying, Henry Shield, not Channels TV. Modu Sheri says former Borno governor should be questioned over Boko Haram links, not national issues, that he does not even have right to speak on national issues. He should rather be questioned over his role in allowing Boko Haram to emerge in Nigeria. Like you can see, this was what he said. Peter Obi wants to divide Nigeria. Former Borno governor Sherif alleges Peter Obi wants to divide. Why are they always scared when they hear divide Nigeria? Why are they always scared? Peter Obi, he's telling the Northerners that don't vote for Peter Obi, or that if you vote for Peter Obi will divide Nigeria. And this person replied him, founder of Boko Haram, the talk, sir, founder of Boko Haram, the man who is supposed to be clearing his name on how he allowed Boko Haram to become what they are today, the monster that has consumed Nigeria. Do you know how much we've been spending on insecurity right from the days of Madu Sherif that Boko Haram emerged? Do you know how much Nigeria has wasted? People like this are not even supposed to come near leadership. They are not supposed, but in Nigeria, once you join the APC, your sins are forgiven. Not won't vote for him. Sherif dismisses Obi's 2027 presidential bid. You see, he said Northerners will not vote for Peter Obi because Peter Obi just wants to divide Nigeria. That is what Peter Obi wants to do. It's not as if he's coming to rule. He just wants to divide Nigeria. Now, this person said Peter Obi got votes in all 19 northern states, winning 3 states plus the FCT in 2023, heavily disputed an APC rigged presidential election. These are INEC ascribed number based on what INEC gave you guys. See, based on what INEC gave, even without Peter Obi having the kind of popularity people were thinking, he was going to, that he had in the South. Without Peter Obi having the level of popularity he had in the South, see, Peter Obi still pulled a lot of weight. In a whole FCT, the APC couldn't win. Now, look at Plateau. Look at the figure that came out from Plateau, guys. This is Peter Obi. Do you know what that figure means? APC didn't get close to that. Look at Nasarawa. Look at Benue. Benue was another heavy place of Peter Obi. Now, this is Niger State, Kwara, even Kwara, that was, let's say, a legend to to Tinubu, still voted for Peter Obi, Kogi State. Look at Kogi. People will generalize it and say Peter Obi has no votes in the north. These are numbers given to us by INEC, guys. These are numbers that INEC, after all the rigging, this was what we were left with. So you can imagine if this was to be the real vote for Mr. Peter Obi. Now, Alima the Sheriff is thinking that him coming down to talk down on Peter Obi is going to fetch him any good, reputation, or maybe to be applauded by Tinubu. You can see, I don't know if you can see what I'm showing you, these headlines that I'm reading. Like you can see this one here. It says, Secret Intelligence Report links ex-governor Sheriff, Chad president, to Boko Haram sponsorship, guys. This is somebody who has been accused to know how Boko Haram entered Nigeria and was able to become the monster it has become today. And he has the effrontery to come up and begin to talk against Peter Obi. APC chairmanship aspirant Sheriff begs party members to disregard leak audio. This 2021. Begging party members to ignore leaked video. This man has a lot of unanswered questions. But because Nigeria is a place where criminality is being rewarded, he has the guts to come to Channels Television and begin to talk down on Peter Obi's personality. Ex-governor Sheriff, accused of sponsoring Boko Haram, ready to face justice. But he never faced it now, because in Nigeria, once you join the APC, all your sins are forgiven, guys. EFCC goes after ex-governor Modu Sheriff over 300 billion Bono funds, set to detain him Thursday. But guess what? All this never happened. Once you join this was in 2015. Once you join the APC, your sins are forgiven. This man later left the PDP and joined Buhari in the APC. And today, nobody is talking about, all the questions he's supposed to be made to answer. This is a northerner, a fellow northerner like him. Look at, she has always been critical of this Modu Sheriff, that Boko Haram members were arrested in
the irresponsibility of the political elite by cashing in on this poverty. We all know what started Boko Haram. Everybody knows. It was started in Borno by the then Borno governor, Ali Sharif. He's still roaming the streets freely. Yes.
Guys.
When Yusuf was caught alive, who created it? The ECOMOG. Who created the ECOMOG? We have to look at the root cause in order to find a solution. The root cause of that problem, as we know it today, is Ali Sharif. He used them for his own political machinery. He armed them as his political thugs. He even made one of them a commissioner. But they became too powerful. And they had no option but to try an elimination, which was not possible, and which we are all paying for. The military came in and they cashed in. And they have turned the Northeast into a cash cow. Military jumbo budgets, unaccounted for. I remember Jonathan was spending 2 billion naira every day on security. But there was no security. Hundreds and thousands of our people were slaughtered. And we also know that the army, more than anything else in Borno and Yobe, have contributed and enforced this so-called terrorism. Terrorism has become a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yes.
It is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It is not only national.
Guys, this woman went through. We all know when this video trended, guys. We all know when this video trended. Now, talking about insecurity, do you know how many soldiers Nigeria has lost in this war against terrorism? Do you know how many soldiers we have lost? I mean, lives of our men fighting to defend this country. They fought unnecessary fights because of self-centered politicians. Nigerian soldiers have been wasting their lives fighting fights that they were not meant to fight. Why is Ghana not fighting terrorism? Why are smaller African countries peaceful? It's only in Nigeria where people created this monster, and today they are being celebrated because they joined the ruling party. Somebody like this should be held back in prison and made to face the law, but he has been allowed to be roaming the streets and having the guts to come out to speak against Peter Obi, who is looking for a better Nigeria, guys. And you could see that the APC is using all these people just to talk down on Peter Obi instead of them to tell Nigerians why should Nigerians vote for the APC. We have done this, we have done that. The APC is not even minding presenting their achievements to Nigeria. Everybody that goes to the television station, they are being questioned on Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi. In short, Nigerians have been calling out Shehu of a right of Channels Television. Nigerians have been dragging him on the social media because even if the topic is outside of Peter Obi, he will start asking questions about Peter Obi. And now he asked the wrong person. He himself, Shehu himself, is not finding it easy because Nigerians are tagging him that he has a lot of questions to answer. I'm going to allow you to take a look at some of the things Nigerians are telling Shehu. Sure, they are tagging him. A man who was publicly accused of being grand patron of Boko Haram by a high-profile activist like Yajiha Natad, okay, the woman that we just listened, should not be given any platform to speak. Alimadu Sherif should be assisting the authorities in unmasking those behind the sponsorship of the deadly Boko Haram sect. In Nigeria, if Nigeria is not a country of particular concern, then Ali will be in jail with other Boko Haram commanders. A man who allegedly had case files with the EFCC should not be mentioning Peter Obi's name as part of his release clause. Stay in the I don't know what that EFL league too. Okay, guys, you've got the message that this man does not have the right to just be talking down on Peter Obi. You know, everybody that comes on Channels Television is Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi. Guys, now see what Shehu, this is also another now. He said this terrorist is still alive. He's talking because he knows Peter Obi will buy his boys when he becomes president, guys. I don't even know how APC accepts all kinds of human beings. You know, a man that is said to have been accused by the EFCC to have embezzled. Do you know how much is being said here? 300 billion. Back then, back when Naira was Naira, 300 billion. When Naira was Naira. It's not now. Naira has become paper. When money was money, 300 billion. This man was being said to have, having questions to answer about that amount of money. And I also heard that he was like a dictator in his state. You dare not talk anything about him. You dare not say anything ill about him. His boys will come for you. So he was actually using those terrorists as his I don't know, people who fight for him. Peter Obi is the medication Nigeria needs. All these bacteria and voices and viruses in the name of corrupt politician, bigotry politics, divisive statement will be cured. They know Obi will end all their political criminal activities. Guys, that is why they are scared. So the only message he's sending to his people now is that, Peter Obi wants to divide Nigeria. So the sole aim of Peter Obi running for presidency is to divide Nigeria. Can you imagine when they get there and they don't have anything to say? This is what they keep saying. Now listen to how Alimadu Sherif is said to have ruled Borno State. He was an Idi Amin in that state. And then he had all these boys who later became Boko Haram members. And he still kept them because they would defend him. They will fight for him. As in, just take a look at this.
I don't believe in anybody who thinks his money can buy anybody and anything.
Was that Sherif?
That was his posture.
And he had the money.
He had the money.
Money is power.
This was somebody who told us that he had 76 jeeps before he became governor. Kashim Imam will get the PDP ticket, he will not win the election. I said, Alimadu Sherif will eventually triumph at the end of the day, and he will run all of you out of town.
And he ran them out of town.
At some point, most of them couldn't go home. They were operating from Abuja.
So while he was running them out of time, was he sowing the seed for the emergence of Boko Haram?
Well, if you look at the way he ran that government, and because of the way thugs virtually took over everywhere, because most of those who eventually became Boko Haram, from what some of the party chieftains also said, had some kind of relationship. Because I remember late Jerry Husseini once granted an interview on the national TV accusing, Ali Modu Sharif of breeding, because then in Borno, if you make any statement against Ali Modu Sharif, rest assured that political talks will visit you before nightfall.
He was that tough?
And God help you if they meet you at home. There was a time we were to go and interview, was it Buka Buluri? We were in the house when the talks came in. They beat everybody inside. In fact, they had one of our colleagues, head him up and his legs, and one of them now said, why not enjoy doing that? These people are journalists, they are just doing their own job. Let's leave them alone. And that was how they spared us. But they beat the wives of the man and beat everybody up. That was what was obtainable under Ali Modu Sharif.
Guys, you could see how he ran the state. He ran the state as if Togri was the only thing he knows then, or he knew then. You could see how this man ran the state, honestly. And that's why he allowed those Boko Haram, because he was using them for his own protection and whatever, as it's been said. And they ended up becoming monsters in Nigeria. Till today, we have been wasting taxpayers' money, fighting unnecessary fight. How many of our soldiers recently, 104 soldiers have gone missing alongside their rifles. They've not been traced, they've not been seen, nobody knows where they are, whether Boko Haram captured them and took them to their camp. Nobody can give accounts of them. To worsen it, they are missing alongside their rifles, guys. Tell me, what else can be more embarrassing than that? Just tell me.
Seun, I think we need to move away from political correctness in this country. I think we should stop being scared of speaking the truth and saying it as it is. If I may, I will tell you the basis on which I'm saying this. I don't say it based on rumor. I don't say it for fun. I don't take pleasure in saying it. Because this is somebody I have known for many, many years, since we were both in the NRC in the early 90s. And I have nothing personal against him. But I must tell you that if he wants to convince the world that he has nothing to do with Boko Haram, then let him explain his relationship with Muhammad Yusuf, the man who started Boko Haram and who was murdered in mysterious circumstances by the police. Let him tell us how it was or who it was that he was using as his local thugs whilst he was governor of Borno State, two-time governor, who his local thugs were, who led those local thugs, and let him tell us that it wasn't Muhammad Yusuf.
So, guys, you could see, sorry that this clip has like maybe a Yoruba interpreter attached to the background, but that's how I found it. He's still saying Ali Modu Sharif should come and explain his ties with the key person who was heading Boko Haram, guys. This is it. Everybody keep talking about Ali Modu Sharif over his role. Now, I'm going to show you what Falana even challenged him to take him to court. Just listen for yourself.
Who started the Boko Haram? Who started the Boko Haram crisis in Borno State? A governor, Modu Ali Sharif, addressed the press and attempted to insult the collective intelligence and memory of Nigerians by denying any links with the dangerous, dreaded Boko Haram sect. I did reply him, and I'm expecting him to sue me, because he said he wanted to sue an Australian. You don't need to go to Australia. What you are looking for in Sokoto is in the pocket of your Sokoto. I'm ready to join issues with him, because not only did he sponsor that organization by providing funds for them, in 2003, he had a deal with the Boko Haram sect to get him to win the election. And if he won his re-election, he will compensate the organization. When he won that election, he appointed Alhaji Bugu Foy as the Commissioner for Religious Affairs to implement Sharia in that state. When the man attended the first Executive Council meeting, he discovered that they were all talking about contracts and how to steal money. So he went back to the camp, the Boko Haram camp, and said, where you send me to is Gida Barawi, the house of thieves. I can no longer be part of them. So he was asked to resign. And that was how Foy resigned from the government of Mutu Sharif. So to say that you don't know them is the greatest lie. I was just reminded this morning by somebody from Borno State that something was missing in my press statement. That in 2012, October 10, Alhaji Mutu Sharif was arrested in Cameroon on grounds of his Boko Haram connection. But the government here pleaded with the Cameroonian authorities to release him because he's a big man here. He cannot be arrested. A special envoy of President Goodluck Jonathan, Reverend Stephen Singh Davis, told the whole world that Alhaji Sharif, the former chief of army staff here in Jericho, and some senior officials of the Central Bank of Nigeria have been funding the Boko Haram sect. Up to now, the government has not reacted to this very important information. So when you are looking for the sponsors of Boko Haram, I think we now know where they are. But what is very disturbing is the fact that currently Nigerian soldiers are refusing to fight. A part of Nigeria has been annexed by the Boko Haram sect, and they have named the place the Caliphate Republic. Not less than 10,000 Nigerians are in Cameroon as refugees. They've left their homes, and we want APC to stop politicizing the Boko Haram menace. What is required on the part of all of us is to unite and fight this dangerous phenomenon.
Guys, this is Falana speaking about insecurity and how it all started, guys. You may not know how many of our soldiers have died because of the greediness, self-centeredness of our politicians. They allowed the Boko Haram, many people, he said he doesn't know why the government refused to, prosecute those who were named as to, how Boko Haram started, those who gave them the enabling ground, those who pampered them, and until they became the monster Nigeria is facing today. The government refused, just like we saw recently when the UAE gave Nigeria a list of terrorism sponsors in Nigeria. The list was thrown under the carpet under Buhari. Even when Tinubu came in, Nigerians were forcing Tinubu act on the list now. Since Buhari didn't want to do anything, you that is there, do something. Buhari sat down until Trump came. And Nigerians started mentioning it again. One day we heard they've listed names of some people who were surprised of some names that were there. Guys, we don't know why APC likes to, just cover up over something that is eating up the country, provided it is beneficial to them as a political party. Now, Alima Dusheri, before you know it, under Buhari, he has joined the APC. All his sins were forgiven. Nobody was talking about Boko Haram again, and now he has started talking about against Peter Gregory.
Just this evening, Alimodi Sharif is saying that Peter Obi wants to divide Nigeria because Peter Obi called for the resignation of the president, that the president should resign. And so because Peter Obi made that call, he says Peter Obi up to this moment is pursuing the division of Nigeria because he believes in Biafra. And he never condemns Biafra or IPOB as he wants to divide Nigeria. He should come out and say if he doesn't believe in the division of the country. And I heard that these are the narratives being peddled in the northern region against Peter Obi by saying that his ultimatum is to the realization of Biafra and that he never at any point in time had condemned the activities of IPOB.
Are you serious?
Yes, so the big question is what activities of IPOB needs to be condemned, and that anybody who needs to be lead Nigeria is someone that must stand for Nigeria and not for any section.
You can imagine. Esther, you can see people.
That's Alimodi Sharif.
I am telling you that these people, they think they are clever. So this insecurity that his people have kept Nigeria under for 15 years now. Did he talk about it? No, hold on. Who is actually trying to divide Nigeria? Is it not the North? Is it not the North? I have said it here that if I have the opportunity, if I have the power, no Northern leader will rule Nigeria again. Esther, sincerely speaking, it's just at the South here, I don't know what we are doing. We should have made it, that is a law, that Northern Nigeria, nobody will rule Nigeria again from that place. They should come and tell us why they want to destroy Nigeria. Can you just imagine? The people that are doing this into Nigeria are coming out again to blame us for what?
Honestly.
Look at how they have been pampered. That's why they have the God to open their mouth and say this rubbish. Look at what the Fulani herdsmen and their killer militia are doing to Nigeria. Alimadu Shori did not see it, Abi.
Yes.
Esther, they did not see all those ones, Abi. It's unfortunate, seriously. They know that we here, I don't know what is wrong with us. Nobody is talking to them. I said we should have made it a law that no Northerner can rule Nigeria again. Because if they are not in power and they are behaving like this, imagine when they are in power. That means they will finish everybody in one day.
But he's speaking on behalf of the APC. He's a foundational APC chieftain.
What are you telling me?
And he's not the only one that has been peddling such an information from the All Progressives Congress.
It's not that they don't know how to reply such people. Seriously, Esther, they don't know how to reply them. I'm not joking. You have destroyed Nigeria to this extent and you are still talking. You still have the mouth to talk. Because nobody here is talking to you. Nobody is replying you. These killer herdsmen that are destroying Nigeria, please, where are they from? Is it not from the North? Is it not from the North? So what are they trying to do when they have taken over some swaths of land? And then declared their own caliphate and all that. What does that tell you, Esther? Is it not division of Nigeria? No, hold on, no. Is it not division of Nigeria? Where they have taken some areas and they are now running their own. In fact, they are collecting taxes from locals.
But you know, it was Alimodi Sharif that revealed to us that they were the ones who imported Boko Haram to supposedly neutralize Jonathan's administration if he refused to step down. So it's funny coming from him to say Peter Obi wants to divide Nigeria.
Can you imagine if with him and Kawu Baraje?
Because it's funny that he's even still in the APC. For someone who made such an admittance.
That is how they behave, Esther. They deceive you. You think that they are with you. They are not with you. Esther, they are not with you. Seriously. What their brother Buhari did in office, they are not talking about it. The very division Buhari brought into this country, nobody is talking about it. Nepotism was pro-max under Buhari. Nepotism. He was the one that, in fact, he elevated it to state policy. And Tinubu now took advantage and made something out of it. They are not talking about all this in Esther. It is P2B and the Igbos want to bring Biafra. On what ground? Even when Babangida have written a book on this so-called Biafra in 1966, they are still bent on it. Because we are not talking. Esther, we are not talking enough.
Barrister, we are speaking. What do you want people to do? It's like you're speaking on something and some people want to hang on to that narrative because
Esther,
it gives them an advantage.
Why would anybody accuse the P2B of this type of nonsense? You want to do Biafra? For what? Have you people not jailed Nnamdi Kanu? Did we riot? Did we protest? No, have you not jailed Nnamdi Kanu and left your killer terrorists? That are dealing with you in the north today? You are not talking about it. Shame on all of you that are saying this nonsense. Can you just imagine? A place that is littered with terrorists. I mean, foreign terrorists for that matter. You are not talking about it. You now want to face P2B and Igbos. For what? What have you not done in this country to bring peace? What have you not done, Esther? Just tell me, what have you not done? Yet, they will not let us rest. Every time you look for something to pin the Igbo man there, to bring his name up. For what? Is that how to be united? Look at all the insult and embarrassment we have suffered. Yes, we remain peaceful. Yes, they are not satisfied. Esther, they are not satisfied. How do you justify that somebody will leave the whole land in the north? They will come to the so-called dot in a circle to take their land by force and occupy it and kill the people that are living there. And the northern leaders are not seeing anything wrong in all this, Esther. Can you just imagine? They didn't see anything wrong in all these things. They didn't. Just because we want peace and we kept quiet. Is that not true?
Now, the only time the Sultan of Sokoto has spoken is concerning the killing of the Makban leader in Benue. And then he has called out and said his death must be investigated. All the killings, all the kidnappings, he has never said anything about it.
I said we have pampered these people for too long, Esther. Seriously, we have pampered them. That's why they still have the mouth to talk.
Well, that's why there are talks that the president is trying to demystify the need of the North when it comes to winning elections.
And he's doing it the proper way, Abi. This thing he's doing now, is that how to demystify the North? Esther, if I had the opportunity, I will call Northern leaders and say, come. You see this your killing spree. You see this your killing culture. You like killing other people, but when they kill one of you, start shouting. It is either you stop it or we divide Nigeria, everybody go your own way. I will tell them, oh. Yes, you like killing Nabi. Go and stay with it in your northern region. You should not kill one Nigeria again. If the day you try it, I will divide this country. Everybody go and be killing yourself if you like killing. We want peace, we want to make progress. I will tell them. Maybe that time they will sit up. Why must we be pampering them, Esther? Why must we? No, tell me, why have we not pampered these people enough? Killer Fulani herdsmen, they don't behave very arrogantly. They do things as if they own everywhere. And you are telling me demystify. If Tinubu is afraid of them. Esther, Tinubu is afraid of them as I talk to you now.
Barrister, let's take
That's
reactions.
why he cannot confront them frontally. He cannot confront them.
And there are talks that he's waiting until he wins the next dispensation.
Jonathan did the same thing. He never made it. Jonathan did the same thing. He never made it, Esther. Strike while the iron is hot.
All right, let's take your reactions, ladies and gentlemen. The number to call is 080.
So guys, I don't know what you make of what Barrister Darlington has said, you know, as regards to all what we've been discussing. Now, let's go back to more headlines on the social media. Nigerians are wondering why someone like Alimadu Sheriff will have the guts to begin to call out Peter Obi. Northern leaders are not even condemning all the killings happening in Plateau State. Like you can see here, Sultan receives Vatican envoy, says religious intolerance, hate speech threatens Nigeria's unity. The same man who had never condemned or tried to stop the killing of alleged blasphemers. You know, the Sultan of Sokoto has always been dragged for never trying to condemn the Fulani killings. As I'm talking to you now, the Fulanis in Zamfara have ordered villages to vacate. They say if you don't leave, that the killing that is coming is going to be deadly. They gave them order. These are the Hausas, but they have to leave their communities. Guys, I don't know why people will just come, they don't own a land, they don't own a house, and you just come and tell another person to vacate your house. And no northern leader will speak. No northern leader will speak. All their eyes are on ESN, IPOB, ESN, even the Nigerian military. If they make 10 posts on Twitter, go and check. 8 of them will be ESN, IPOB, ESN. But Nigerian soldiers are dying. Villagers are being asked to leave their villages for people they don't even know where they are coming from. The villager farmers are being levied to pay. Sometimes they will just come up and say, you must pay 50 million before you go to your farm. If you don't pay, you know, you'll be paid. Now, you know the recent kidnapping that happened in somewhere in Kaduna State. When we say Kaduna, you should know it's around southern Kaduna. There are villages that this one now, Fulani terrorists are now imitating the normal Boko Haram method of giving people levy. Now the Fulanis came and say, you must pay levy. Some of the villages went and paid. There is this particular village that refused to pay. And guess what? They went there and kidnapped them. They've been in captivity for how many months? Since April till now. Yesterday, I featured a video where somebody was saying that the information he has is that 4 children have died, 2 women have died in captivity. The remaining ones, you then know their situation. When majority of them have started dying, then you can now just try to imagine what others are going through at the hands of these terrorists. Now, this bishop, the problem we have in Nigeria is while the northern leaders are not speaking up, we don't see the Christian leaders speaking up. They are all quiet. Look at the man in Plateau State. Evangelist Dachumo. That man has been going through a lot of stress. With Nigerian Christian population, we expected more voices, as in people should join him to condemn what is happening in Plateau State, but they've just left it for the man. The man has been, he's even tired of posting on Twitter, because sometimes you just look at him, you know what this man is going through. Now, Shehu has come under fire, because when he has APC chieftains on his program, he will always be asking them, Peter Obi. Even when the topic is not about Peter Obi, he will bring Peter Obi. You know, this other day he was interviewing Kenneth Okonkwo over his appointment. It was Peter Obi. Peter, why must Peter, just for them to get views, they must put Peter Obi? And not even for the good reason. They must coin it to look so bad for Peter Obi. And somebody was saying, Shehu, why do you bring people who talk down on Peter Obi without you giving Peter Obi the chance to come and respond? That is it. They will talk, they will go. Like all the things Kenneth Okonkwo said there, Peter Obi has never been possibly invited to come out, because I know if they invite him, he will always come. Peter Obi is not that kind of leader that will not listen. You know, they will not ask him to come. Okay, right of reply, come and say your own part. They will not. People, everybody on that platform will talk down on Peter Obi, and Obi will not be given the chance to reply. And this person say he will soon be going to TVC to complete his membership. Come full in mouth. So Nigerians are seeing him to be supporting Tinubu's government in one way or the other. Rufai Hosseini is the only courageous and fearless journalist in Nigeria who holds politicians accountable and refuse kickbacks on national TV. And that is the truth. You know, who is not tired of all these APC politicians? This person said, Alimo the Sheriff just lied on Channels TV and the presenter was just looking at him unchallenged. Sheriff, Obi sent Northerners out of Anambra when he was governor. Shehu, is that what happened? Yes, such can't happen on Arise TV with Rufai. And can you imagine? This will be something. Even the Northerners have come out to say it was not in Anambra, that this thing happened in Imo State, according to them, that it is Rochas that they linked it to. But because Peter Obi is in the race, why not call him and score some cheap political news? And what's his name? Shehu was just saying, really? Is that so? Shehu will not throw hard questions to tell you, but this thing has been debunked. Even Northerners have come out to say, no, it wasn't Peter Obi. But he just kept quiet, and the man made all such claims on national TV that is being watched by people all over the world, guys, you know? That is it. Now, talking about Nigeria and all what is happening, we'll still get back to, you know, what we are talking about. But Showore came out to say, Gbajabiamila is a gang of thieves. He stole $25,000 in Georgia, 2003. And I exposed him. So you can see the kind of...
The chief of staff is a member of a gang of thieves. And I can say that categorically, because I was the one who exposed when he stole $25,000 from a client in Atlanta, Georgia, when he was a lawyer, and his legal profession certificate was revoked as a result of that. That's how Gbajabiamila ended in Nigeria. And to add the secret today, when I wrote that story, he asked Abike Dabiri to call me and asked if I could help him take down the story. I said no, because I'm writing for history. Today, you know where he's coming from. If I had compromised myself...
So, guys, you heard him, Showore, talking about Femi Gbajabiamila in the United States, why he was denied practicing rights as a lawyer in the US is because, you know, they said he took money that belonged to his client, and the person sued him to court. And being a lawyer, his practicing rights was withdrew from him, and he couldn't practice, only for him to land in Nigeria. And in Nigeria, he has served as a speaker, and now he is the closest man to the president. Guys, people that don't want anything in other countries, once they come back to Nigeria, APC will help celebrate you. You know, APC, go and check all the people. No reasonable person will want to be in APC. These are all people with questionable character. that you see in the APC. Now, Ghanaian government has rejected a planned state visit by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa due to the recent killing of a Ghanaian fashion designer during the anti-migrant xenophobia protest. So this is leadership. If it was Tinubu now that they invite, the next thing now, Tinubu has jetted out because he likes waka. The most traveled president and vice president in the world are traced to Nigerian president and vice president, both of them. Do you know how much they spend just going on trips in 1 year? If this was to be Tinubu, by now he don't reach South Africa. He will give you reasons why he should be there. But the Ghanaian president said, I'm not going anywhere. After you have unalived my people, you want me to come and have a talk with you, that I'm not going anywhere. So that is pure leadership, you know, that is pure leadership. Also, a Nigerian graduate, Stella Chinelu Emelife, graduated as best chemistry student at a university in India, winning 20 gold medals, 5 cash prizes, and university scholarship. Guys, I love news like this. That's why if I see them, I like to feature them here. You know, this is amazing, guys. Going to India and grabbing 20 medals, 20, and she's the best graduating student. A very big kudos to her. They keep making us proud as Nigerians, even though we don't have good leadership. Now back to Tinubu. Nadeko to tyrant. How Emperor Tinubu's action from seized Oshun local government fund to opposition crackdown, rubbish his claimed democratic past and heroic whatever. Tinubu always claimed that he fought for democracy, but as it is today now, Osun State cannot even have access to their local government fund for how many months now. Tinubu has withdrawn them because the man has moved to the, another party, not the APC. Once you are supporting Tinubu, you are in a good book. If you are not supporting him, you are in a bad book, guys. Honestly.
Who started the Boko Haram crisis in Borno State? A governor, Modu Ali Sharif, addressed the press and attempted to insult the collective intelligence and memory of Nigerians by denying any links with the dangerous, dreaded Boko Haram sect. I did reply him, and I'm expecting him to sue me.
Yes.
Because he said he wanted to sue an Australian. You don't need to go to Australia. What you are looking for in Sokoto is in the pocket of your Sokoto. I'm ready to join issues with him. Because not only did he sponsor that organization by providing funds for them, in 2003, he had a deal with the Boko Haram sect to get him to win the election. And if he won his re-election, he will compensate the organization. When he won that election, he appointed Alhaji Bugu Foy as the Commissioner for Religious Affairs to implement Sharia in that state. When the man attended the first Executive Council meeting, he discovered that they were all talking about contracts and how to steal money. So he went back to the camp, the Boko Haram camp, and said, where you send me to is Gida Barawi, the house of thieves. I can no longer be part of them. So he was asked to resign. And that was how Foy resigned from the government of Mutu Sharif. So to say that you don't know them is the greatest lie. I was just reminded this morning by somebody from Borno State that something was missing in my press statement. That in 2013, 2012, October 10, Alhaji Mutu Sharif was arrested in Cameroon on grounds of his Boko Haram connection. But the government here pleaded with the Cameroonian authorities to release him because he's a big man here. He cannot be arrested. A special envoy of President Goodluck Jonathan, Reverend Stephen Singh Davis, told the whole world that Alhaji Sharif,
the irresponsibility of the political elite by cashing in on this poverty. We all know what started Boko Haram.
What?
Everybody knows. It was started in Borno by the then Borno
By
governor,
who?
Ali Sharif. He's still roaming the streets freely.
Serious?
Yes. When
what?
The Yusuf was caught alive. Who created it? The ECOMOG. Who created the ECOMOG? We have to look at the root cause in order to find a solution. The root cause of that problem, as we know it today, is Ali Sharif. He used them for his own political machinery. He armed them as his political thugs. He even made one of them a commissioner. But they became too powerful.
Peter Obi don't suffer.
He don't suffer.
Peter Obi don't suffer for una hand. Now this same Ali Modu Sheriff get confidence and get mind. Sit down for TV, they talk about Peter Obi. This same SAS, Senator Ali Modu Sheriff of Borno, Ali Modu Sheriff of PDP chairmanship, now him get mind. Sit down for TV, they talk for this country, Nigeria. My country people, my talk no plenty. Now the way you stand, night cameraman go snap you. Once you show, say, as a people, you have the capacity and ability to tolerate criminality and criminals as leaders and in government, it go continue to they go up. Every level of criminality where you tolerate, it go scale up. Make one day we no wake up for this country and a non-terrorist become your president. Not be the repentant one, not be the Oriburuku where swear this thing, say you don't. No. A known one. Why? Because you have built a system that rewards criminals and criminality, while people of integrity, naim that they attack, naim that they arrest, naim that they investigate. My name is Peter for Nigeria. Ali Modu Sheriff, self, they sit down for TV, talk about Peter Obi. 2027, Nigerians, wake up, shine your eye. Operation Rescue Yourself and dismantle this structure of criminality.
Guys, this man has no right. Now, this person here tweeted and said, insecurity in Nigeria. These are the faces of insecurity in Nigeria. So if you are looking for what to say about insecurity, this person say insecurity in Nigeria. See the faces of insecurity in Nigeria, guys. If Nigeria was to be a country, there are people who don't even deserve to come to a national television. I mean, look at insecurity. Painting. If you are traveling, having your green passport, and you just get to anywhere, they say you're a Nigerian. The person next to you will start fidgeting, shaking, because they look at you as a criminal, as a fraudulent person, as just because Nigeria's name is always in the news for the wrong reasons. Courtesy of the APC. Now, Mr. Chediodin Carlos say, recall as Borno governor in 2007, Sheriff is widely linked to the rise of Boko Haram. We have the records. We have the records. This man linked to Boko Haram, the records are there. The records are there. And this person here say, look at the leader you expect to add. There is still time, 2027, if Zombie Rebels will learn. Okay, we don't want anything that has to do with tribalistic comments here. We want to be straightforward too in our analysis and also call a spade a spade. So guys, you have seen what Nigerians are saying now. This is Lakey to shock you to see how flawed, honestly. These are businesses, doing their normal businesses inside of water. I'm wondering if somebody wants to buy from these people. How do you even go to start buying inside this? As in, flood water used to irritate me a lot. Looking at this one, I'm like thinking how many microorganisms are in this place that people are dipping their legs into. That is just Nigeria for you. Now, this founder of that's Mr. Peter's side, he says people say votes don't matter, yet they complain that political parties are buying votes. If vote don't matter, why is anybody buying the votes? ANAP founder Peter Atedo Peter side argues that high voter turnout in election make election rigging harder. Guys, he's saying high voters turnout makes it harder for the political cabals to rig the election. So please go get your PVC. All these things we are saying here, if you don't have your PVC, it makes no sense. Get your PVC.
Perhaps one of the reasons a number of young people haven't really been, even those who have their voter cards, haven't been joining the process, is because they believe that their vote simply doesn't matter anymore. What would you say to them?
If the votes, because you cannot say two things at the same time. People say votes don't matter. At the same time, people complain that political parties are buying votes. If votes don't matter, why is anybody buying the votes? Of course, votes matter. In fact, the larger the number of voters that turn out, the more difficult it is to rig an election. Again, the larger the number of voters that turn out, the more money that you have to spend if you're trying to buy votes, because you may just be overwhelmed. So please, let's dispel all those myths. If votes don't matter, nobody will campaign. Nobody will even bother to speak to you.
I guess we have to find a way to get the youths to see that. And talking about youths,
Guys, you heard it. It's a powerful message. If votes don't count, what do you think? You know, if when you see politicians buying it, as in, do you know how much they paid for one voter in the last election in Ekiti? Some people got 20K, 15K, just to go and thumbprint and throw it into the ballot. They know how dear one vote is, and they are ready to pay, you know, for them to get it. And that's why we are saying, please go get your PVC. It will do a whole lot of good, you know, in this race to a new Nigeria.
And I see him as a father does not invalidate him as a leader from my part of the state, and I have enormous respect for him. However, the fact that I have respect for him and I see him as a father does not invalidate the fact of his administration. When he was governor, there were multiple bank robberies in Auchi, where I come from. The entire Federal Polytechnic, the banks there were vandalized. It's not even a divisional headquarters. I think it's a area command in Auchi was vandalized, and policemen lost their lives, lost their weapons. And the same thing happened around Uwemi. Till today, there's a bank in either Uwemi or one of the communities around the Uwemi that stopped working till today. Some of the banks in Akoko, they stopped working till today, never worked again. And I'm talking about banks that worked in the 80s and in the 90s. We cannot change that fact. We cannot also change the fact that kidnapping took a new dimension when he was governor. But did he do well as governor? Yes. Were there problems in his time as governor? Yes. And this same Commissioner once invited Peter Obi to Edo State to help commission Apapava Road. We are naming names so that we are not talking from the air. Apapava Road, Eren Primary School was commissioned by Mr. Peter Obi, and he then pronounced Mr. Peter Obi as the best governor in Nigeria. What has changed? What has changed in 2026? So for me, my pain with some of the comments made by our father, Komodo Oshomole, is that as at now, he's same age with Bola Tinubu on paper. But I expect that by now he should also be aspiring to the office of the president. If he aspires to that office, he will probably get a lot of our support. He will make a better president than even Tinubu that is supporting. I've never seen a situation where the best supports best of us is supporting the worst of us to lead us. If you were going against Peter Obi, then we can have that conversation. But if Peter Obi, he did excellently well. He was number one in MDGs. He was number one. State was declared the safest by the Inspector General of Police of his time. The safest state in Nigeria, who was able to end the chaos and killing and kidnapping in Opi Weka and elsewhere in Onitsha, who was able to bring sanity, who was able to achieve a lot in education, took his state from the backwaters of education, a place where it was one boy where nobody talked about education, to a state that was number one in education and still maintaining it even up to this period. You cannot undermine such a person. The person who achieved so much in health. All right, so whereas the Abai City boss, the man bought ambulances when he was governor. But let us not even debate too much of that. How come that a Senate, where is one of the 109 members, passed a budget for an agency that did not exist? Why are we paying them salaries? I've said this before, and people get angry about it. We employ these people to do a job for you. If you employ a person to do a job for you, and they are allocating your scarce resources in your company to take care of things that does not exist in your company, is that not a show of incompetence? So they're showing incompetence. They have a lot of work they need to do as they approach the election. Campaign of calumny will not work. in the next presidential election, they try to, they've thrown everything. They try to convince Nigerians that Nigerians don't have a choice. Nigerians refuse to be convinced. Nigerians are determined to vote in the next election like they voted in any other election, even vote in more numbers. Because I think the upsurge in voter registration. So they are now genuinely worried. Now they are trying to pour mud on anybody who is capable of challenging the president. That also will not work because Nigerians are not out of their mind. Today, we have the highest number of poor people in the world, anywhere in the world. We have more people than India. Even when India has 7 times the population of Nigeria, we have more poor people than India. We have more hungry people than any other country in the world. 35 million hungry people. I said it somewhere, and people thought it was a joke. We can form a federal republic of hungry Nigerians and make President Tinubu the president. And that country will be bigger than Benin Republic. That country will be bigger than Rwanda. That country will be bigger than Seychelles. That country will be bigger than Cape Verde that got to the knockout stages of the World Cup. That country will be the same population as Ghana. That country will be bigger than Gambia. That country will be half the population of South Africa. 40% population of the United Kingdom. A country of hungry people. Federal Republic, Tinubu's Federal Republic of hungry Nigerians. More than half of your population multidimensionally poor. Highest prevalence of drugs anywhere in the world. Highest prevalence of drugs. You don't even need to go far. If you put 5 girls now, 3 are smoking weed. Weed is a narcotic. And you wonder where they have run the country to the ground. And these old men who are closer to where they are going to than where they are coming from must begin to step aside and not tell us. Community will not tell us who to vote for the next election.
So guys, so Shomole that brought the D7 governor, he still has mouth to talk. If Nigeria was to be a country where sane people are in leadership, Oshomole is not even supposed to have mouths. The only thing they come to national televisions to do is to talk down on Peter Obi. That's the only strategy Tinubu wants to use in 2027. You know, talk down on his personality. Peter Obi is being admired across the world. So the only target now is that his hard-earned image, that his hard-earned credibility. If they can destroy it, they will go to bed sleeping. But guess what? Not under our watch. We are going to make them to know that Nigerians are supporting Peter Obi, not for any other reason. We are tired of what we have now. We need a better Nigeria. So report says Lagos environmental operatives arrested 396 beggars to curb illegal activities. They said they are going to be deporting them back to their state. But if this was to be if this had happened years back, they would say, okay, it was Peter Obi that did it. Anyway, nobody is encouraging criminality. If people are in Lagos State to cause, all kinds of public nuisance, then they don't deserve to be there. We want a better country. So nobody should be there and then causing more problem for the state. People who have migrated to Lagos, follow the law, do the right thing. We are Nigerians. We want to have a better country. Nobody is saying all this because we want to score cheap political gain. No, or cheap political points. No, we are saying what we are saying because we say the facts. So if people are doing the wrong thing, no matter your tribe, no matter where you're coming from, if you can adapt to what the rules in the states, you are there to cause criminality and cause all kinds of nuisance. You don't deserve to be there because we are looking for a better country. And that's why we are calling out our politicians, Like I've told you people, the Ghanaian president has declined visit to South Africa over xenophobic attack. Guys, I applaud this man for this bold step. If it was Tinubu now, by now, he don't enter jet. And you see Hope Uzodinma them leaving their state to come and say bye-bye. And when he's coming back again, you still see all the governors lining up again. They will leave their state one full day. I'm saying one full day. Coming to Abuja, you are not going back that day now. And then you go and say bye-bye to president. Then you can spend many of these governors are even based in Abuja. Somebody was telling me that Hope Uzodinma hardly stay in Imo State. He's always in Abuja. They rule from Abuja because they have their offices and their houses and all kinds of things. The state pays monthly. These are things Peter Obi stopped when he was governor of Anambra. He said he cannot be governor of Anambra. And then he's paying for one, is it liaison office, they call it or whatever, in Abuja. And it costs a whole lot of money. But these are ways they spoil the states by wasting the resources. This person said this Momo journalist will work for Tinubu. So people are calling out shame. Shehu Okimbaloye for the kind of journalism these days that we are seeing him do. Each time APC people are on his show, he only asks them questions around Peter Obi, and the person you are talking about, you don't invite him to come and clear himself, guys. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is former Governor Ali Madushere, someone who was accused of terrorism. Even when Chibok girls were kidnapped, his name was mentioned, and he was accused. Mama P criticizes former Governor, Borno State Governor Ali Madushere over his remark about Peter Obi on national television. And so everybody is reacting to what has been said. And you just keep wondering how we got there. This headline say how Almajiri Commission include Ogun Ekiti Road in 8.4 billion project. So I don't even know much about this Almajiri project in Tinubu's government. Almajiri Commission is supposed to be responsible for out-of-school children who are majority in the north. But this one wrote projects, and then they included Ekiti and Ogun. I don't know if this also means and ways to siphon funds, guys. We don't know, because one thing with the APC is they are never transparent, guys.
Imagine an education agency building roads instead of schools. That is exactly what has sparked fresh controversy over Nigeria's 2026 budget. The National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children Education has earmarked 8.4 billion naira for road projects, even though road construction is not part of its legal responsibilities. Now, here's what you need to know. The commission, created in 2023 under the Federal Ministry of Education, was established to tackle Nigeria's growing out-of-school children crisis. Its responsibilities include improving access to education, supporting Almajiri schools, training teachers, providing learning materials, and helping vulnerable children return to the classroom. But the 2026 appropriation bill tells a different story. Out of its 22.82 billion naira allocation, the Commission budgeted 8.4 billion naira for constructing and rehabilitating roads in Ogun, Katsina, and Ekiti states. The budget also includes funding for ambulances, dental equipment, solar street lights, and empowerment tools. Projects many observers argue fall outside the Commission's statutory mandate. According to budget documents, the road projects include several community roads in Ogun State, internal roads in Katsina communities, and roads within Government Science College in Inyi, Ekiti State. Experts say these are responsibilities that ordinarily belong to the Federal Ministry of Works, FEMA, or relevant health agencies. When contacted, the Commission's Executive Secretary, Dr. Muhammad Sani Idris, said it would need time to obtain details before commenting. Meanwhile, a source at the Budget Office said agencies do not always determine such projects. According to the source, lawmakers often insert constituency projects into the budgets of federal agencies during the National Assembly budget process. Another Senate source admitted the practice is common, saying agencies are frequently used to execute constituency projects regardless of whether they align with their mandates. Civil society organizations have condemned the development. The executive director of CISLAC, Awal Musa Rafsanjani, described it as a disturbing case of mandate distortion. He warned that assigning road projects to an education commission weakens accountability, encourages duplication of responsibilities, and divert resources from solving Nigeria's education crisis. Fiscal transparency advocate Dr. Umar Yakubu also criticized the allocation. He argued with an estimated 20 million out-of-school children in Nigeria, the Commission should focus on schools, learning materials, technology, and education intervention, and not road construction. He further alleged that expensive infrastructure projects often create opportunities for corruption because of the huge sums involved. Another civil society leader, Ibrahim Yusuf, described the budget as another example of misplaced priorities. He called on the executive, legislature, and judiciary to investigate what he called distortion in the national budget. According to him, assigning road construction to an education commission reflects weak oversight and poor accountability. So, should an agency created to educate Nigeria's out-of-school children be spending billions on roads, or should every institution stick strictly to its legal mandate? Tell us what you think in the comments, and do not forget to like, share, and follow for more investigative stories.
Guys, this tells you that this government is just full of confusion. Do you know what confusion is? You just look at APC and look at confusion. These are two people, as in two group of persons. People who are confused, look at APC, that's what they are. Now, this is Almajiri Commission. They are not talking of how to build schools for these Almajiri children, take them off the street and all that. Instead, they say they are going to build roads. And it will shock you to know that Ekiti State was captured in this Almajiri whatever. Building roads and abandoning education that the commission was created for. Confusion everywhere in the APC. Confusion. Now, like I told you people, terrorists issue Zamfara communities quick notice to vacate home or face deadly attacks. Zamfara is not far from Sokoto, where the Sultan lives. And he's saying unity of Nigeria. We want to see him, talk about all these killings because it's getting out of hand. Fake agency scandal, ex-APC chieftain demand Akume, Gbajabiamila, Cardoso sacking, which is what many Nigerians have been saying. Tinubu is still keeping silent over the demand from Nigerians to sack these people. Now, it will shock you to know that Tinubu, that created the new national, not created, that changed the old national anthem to the new national anthem, was now seen today singing the old national anthem. APC, confusion everywhere. They are the ones that brought the new national anthem. Nigerians were asking, why national anthem? This is not the problem Nigerians want you people to solve. They say national anthem to bring unity. To bring unity. Now, Tinubu, whether unconsciously or consciously, started singing the old national anthem, and that has left Nigerians talking. Confusion as President Tinubu ministers recite old national anthem at fake meeting. Confused human beings. Just like they are saying NYC khaki should be changed to Adire. Is that the problem of Nigerians? Is that our problems, guys? So I don't really want to play it long here because most times I notice the national anthem, except if it's being sung live. But if it's that tune that is being played, it comes with copyright, which is what I don't want here. Now, breaking, Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, has threatened a 10 billion defamation suit against Praise Adeyemi over allegations linking him to murder, bribery, and other criminal conduct. Guys, they just want to intimidate the man. The man should stand his ground. So, Ozonna's video that went viral yesterday, people, Nigerians have video, it was really viral yesterday. And today I woke up to seeing that Nigerians have already recreated it. And you could see how funny it looks. Now, this guy, Shehu Okembaloye, is everything a journalist should not be. Once a politician enters the studio, the only question he drops up is about Peter Obi. Imagine having Alimadu Sheriff, a man that has a lot of Boko Haram allegations hanging on his neck, and the only question you are asking him is about Peter Obi. Anyways, since Wike revealed that they are on his payroll, I don't see him as a journalist. Kudos to Rufai and other few professional journalists in Nigeria. So Wike said they are on his payroll. It's really so sad that I don't like dragging Shehu because I know there are some good interviews that he conducts, But recently, I've noticed personally that there's nobody that will come on his show that he will not ask about Peter Obi. Why? He's not talking about Tinubu's achievement. He does not act. He doesn't lambast them with questions about what has Tinubu done. Tell us categorically what are your achievements. Can Nigerians feel it? Because some of the APC spokespersons, they will come and say, "Oh, the president has done this. He has done." Can Nigerians really feel what you have done? What and what? He does not even give them tough questions as regards to Tinubu's achievement, but he will just be talking about Peter Obi. Peter Obi, guys, the APC can buy anybody. There is nothing APC cannot do when it comes to buying people. They can make you sell yourself, just like they are trying to tarnish Shehu Okembaloye's image now, because from everything he does, it appears he's supporting the APC now. Somebody we thought he is with Nigerians, but many of them now are losing their grips. Now, breaking, Abia State gets Nigeria's first university innovation hub for manufacturing. Nigeria's first manufacturing technology university innovation pod, Manutech Unipod, was formally launched on Monday at the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike. So Abia State is taking the lead, in being the first state to get first university hub for manufacturing. So we want to see more of this. Alex Oti is really doing well for the state, attracting investors, also attracting the government presence. He's dredging some of a river in in Abia State. A river is being dredged for seaport. International airport is being built. Recently, I told you guys that Russia wants to build its embassy in Abia State. And you can see a university that has to do with innovation and manufacturing is being set up in Abia State. A whole lot of businesses have moved to Abia because of the constant power supply. You have like motor manufacturing company there. A whole lot. I mean, Abia State is really attracting people of dignity. You must have seen many foreigners going there to discuss business with the governor, which is what we like to see. Talking about leadership in Nigeria and where the country is today, we really want to see leadership. Alex Oti is showing that example. Now, world news: a court in eastern China has sentenced a former city official. Can you imagine? Yang Yolin to death for taking more than 2.2 billion yuan in bribes over 30 years. So this person has been sentenced to death. If Nigerian politicians see this one now, they will not say anything. They want to be like China, but China is very deliberate in what they are doing. They don't allow corruption, to override their patriotism for their country. Now, bandits are currently in Shafasi village, Bogu local government, Niger State. Somebody posted this, raising alarm that there is attack going on in this Niger State. So by tomorrow now, you see more of the headlines as regards to that attack.
Because I'm really surprised. Let's break it down. Okay. NDDC street light projects are ordered in the Niger Delta for 298 million naira for 229 street lights. That's 1.3 million naira per street light. It goes to a national assembly that approves these street lights that me and you buy for 100,000 naira for 1.3 million naira per year. And we are complaining that someone got 1.2 billion. I'm telling you guys, you might be very surprised that man is not the only one that exists. There are thousands of them that exist, and those are just means to divert
funds. That's what they are doing now.
Because there is no way you will tell me that a National Assembly a budget committee sat on that budget.
Yeah.
National Assembly sat on that budget, and nobody caught that. See, the fact that Nigerians are talking about these things funny. In a sane society, Nigerians should be in the National Assembly demanding answers.
Hey.
My dear,
Ew.
I don't get bulletproof, but let me tell you something. The military of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is less than 1% of the population of Nigeria.
It's true.
This life where you live, you don't be life. Okay. You are better than a dead person is better than you. Because when one person sits down and takes the wealth that should go around for others, you are as good as dead. The truth is that the fact that Nigerians are talking about this on social media, it's crazy. In a sane society, you should be demanding. How many of you have written petitions to your representative based on it? I've written one. I said it on Monday. Hold them accountable. If you cannot protest, hold them accountable. Write petitions. Send petitions to the National Assembly. Thank you.
I can bet anybody that if we decide to do investigations today, Nigerians would not be surprised because you not get what our eye never see.
Honestly.
More than 50 of that kind of agencies they
exist.
More than 50. If we do investigation,
Honestly, if they allow Nigerians
we should prove it. We will get private
investigators.
Team. More than 50 they exist for this government.
Honestly.
You see, it is unfortunate that these people don't really rate us. See, this is the worst that we would see. You know, when people look at you, like somebody look you, they tell you, say, no, the cup you carry, so. You call a look, I've been at you, the Chris. Because this guy has invited foreigners to come visit him. So there was a letter of invitation that followed through an embassy, approved, and you give foreigners visa to come. You say the guy is an impostor. See, in my life, I've never seen a domed party, domed politicians like this set of APC. If I had an opportunity to speak to Tinubu in the midst of this mess, even if that particular agency not the function before, we go just approve it and accept that, oh, yes, it's in existence. Wow. Because telling Nigerians of everything we have counted here, can any of you go to the bank to collect bank account without BVN? As individuals, even if you go sign for bank today, they suspect your signature. With your face, they're not giving money. You go rehearse them again. These people Nigerians are not angry enough. And you know the most funny thing, now this guy, video his face. This guy, video. This one, right here, when they ask, they don't wonder. He's the problem. Because guess what? As funny as this may sound, believe me, if we're in a sane society, in the morning you wake up, you go work. You know, say when you come back by 5, you go relax, chill. Next day you go work. You know, say at the end of the month, you dey get your 1 million. If you plan to buy a car of 5 million naira, you know, say, yes, if you work 2 years, you go feel safe. Do you know how we live in Nigeria? Nobody knows tomorrow. We not really get plan, no. Now, as the thing come now with the plan, that's why they say we don't plan in Nigeria. You cannot plan because what are you planning upon? And that's why you ask a Nigerian that if you get 10 million now, what would you do? I want to tell you what you do. You never get the money. Make the money come first. So the society is terrible.
So guys, those are Nigerians reacting to, the insecurity, the fraudulent activities happening under APC leadership. So guys, I decided to bring up this lady is crying that these are 2 twins have gone missing. So she has been trying to locate them. She hasn't been able. So I just decided to put this just to help her push out the information out there. So looking at the faces of these children, in case you come across anything that has to do with these children, maybe on the social media or somebody is raising alarm somewhere, just know that the mother has been looking for her children. That's the kind of society we are living in. In Nigeria today, children are being picked up, some of them used for getting quick riches, rituals, and the rest of them. Some of them trafficked out, some of them sold to people who don't have children, some of them taken to all kinds of places. Recently, there was a time they said, children were found in a motherless baby home, children taken from another state, found. There are a lot of things happening. That's why we need leadership, guys. This is one of the reasons. See, Peter Obi needs to come and bring sanity, guys. Sanity is the number one thing we need in this country. Everybody is just doing his own. You have problem now, you go to police. Somebody said they kidnapped, is it her mother, that they went to police. Police say, go and pay ransom and save your family member. The police cannot help you. They can't help you, guys. They cannot. And you've seen what the terrorists are doing now. Checkpoints, you see terrorists will pass. The soldiers, police will wave at them. Soldiers will wave at them, as in, things have gone wrong. There's no leadership in this country. So if Nigeria was to be a sane country, these children will easily be tracked. You know, they will easily be tracked. But in Nigeria now, we don't even know if they are still alive wherever they are, or somebody has used them to do whatever, you know, that they wanted to use them for. That's the sad reality of our country. It's disappointing to see Shehu of Channels Television repeatedly give a platform to individuals who seem focused on attacking Peter Obi, even without sufficient scrutiny or balance in the discussion. Guys, I don't like that idea. Like I've told you, people bringing in people to talk down on Peter Obi without Peter Obi himself appearing to speak for himself is not really going to help this country move forward. Now, this is a school of deaf and dumb. Somebody is raising an alarm. Anyway, let me just play the video. This is in Imo State. The person is saying these people with disability, they are being neglected, you know. They are being neglected so much in the society.
Where they are actually people that are special needs. Please, Imo State, the Nigerian at large, this is school of deaf and dumb. You could visit where they sleep is very, very bad. It's very, very bad. Okay, no water, nothing. It's just because they can't speak or they can't talk. Look at the fences. Everywhere was open. Everywhere was fuckingly open. Time to cut to is very, very bad.
So this guy is actually raising alarm, not just from the government alone, but also from individuals, if they can help these people. As I'm talking to you now, you have students from Imo State who are representing Nigeria in Rome. They went there for the international, competition, school competition there. So Imo State has very good schools and very good students. But these people with disability, they are being neglected, not just in Imo State, across Nigeria. They are not being, captured in whatever is being done in the country. That's why when you go to Europe, you see even toilets, they must put for the people that have all these, problems, if you can't walk, you are on a wheelchair and all that, you still have access to things that normal people have access to. You talk of education, they are being well taken care of. I mean, caring for them with real compassion in Europe and other Western world. But in Nigeria, these people are looked down upon. And this guy decided to make this video calling for people to come and help them, that their school, there's even no security where they sleep. It's not being well taken care of, not to talk of the classrooms and all that. So we really need to pay attention to people like this because they are also Nigerians. So guys, we are about to round up this session. So I decided to bring all this just for you to see what is happening. I've already told you guys that Abia State is now in the limelight as another innovation hub has been opened there. That was where these clips or these photos came from. They call it Manotech Guinea Port, something port. So Uniport, Uniport, University of Production and Innovation. So all this happening in Abia State because they have constant power supply. And guys, this power is everything. Power is everything. So when Tinubu say, if I don't give you power, don't vote for me, and Nigerians say they won't vote for him, they feel somehow as if Nigerians are just talking, but it's the reality. So government of confusion, Tinubu minister recite old national anthem at FEC meeting despite initial threats to jail for those who sing the old one. Initially, they say if you sing the old one, you go to jail. Now they are singing it and nobody will jail them. Selfish leadership. They like to put laws that they themselves, they cannot obey. Speak for yourself. A northerner is calling Alimadu Sharif. Speak for yourself, Mr. Man. I am a northerner from Kano State, and my vote, as well as the votes of all my family members, will go to Peter Obi in 2027. Guys, this person is replying, Alimadu Sharif from Kano State. He said he not just his vote alone, but that of his entire family is going to Peter Gregory Obi. Now, the Senate on Tuesday rejected calls to nationalize South African-owned businesses, including MTN, DSTV, in retaliation for the ongoing xenophobic attacks in Nigeria. on Nigerians, even as it strongly condemned the violence and urged the federal government to intensify diplomatic efforts. So the Senate is saying no. Nigerians want the government to take over South African-owned businesses, but the Senate is saying no, that they should look for diplomatic ways to settle the matter. Barrister Darlington is still speaking about
that. Was why when he refused to give him that money, he said, who are you to challenge me? Do you know that I'm the one that created you and that ministry? You must give me that money. And the man resisted.
And so, they say he's non-existent.
Yeah. So the man resisted. He thought that the man would be a pushover. You know, only God knows what I had been doing with other people like that. The man said, no, I can't do that. And that was it. So for him to disobey with Gbajabiamila is an affront. And so without even thinking, what we call emotional intelligence, he didn't have it. Gbajabiamila thought that when he go on air and talk, people will say, this man, you know, EFCC kill him and all that. He didn't know that the man is ahead of them. Honestly. He had all the documents, all the evidence, and he blew it up open. That was where Gbajabiamila got shocked and started fighting for his own life. That is just the truth.
Is he really fighting for his own life? He still occupies that position in Aso Rock.
What is
as the chief of staff to the president? Shouldn't the president excuse him?
There is something there's one film they call Dead Man Walking. It's a film. When people are going to the gas chamber, you see them walking through a narrow gate, and the man will be announcing in front of him, dead man walking, dead man walking. So, Gbajabiamila
is a dead man walking.
He's not settled.
Mr. Gomo, I'm surprised that you are taking this position. If you understand what has happened in this government, you know, you think that Femi will come
He's also been accused of job racketeering.
Of course.
And the president, cleared him.
I said their cup is full. That's just this explanation here. Femi's cup is full. Even Tinubu is even unsettled because this thing will drag him down. I don't know how he's going to conduct this 2027 campaign.
Exactly my point.
I don't know how we do it.
That is it, though. Tinubu's government. Everywhere, scandal full. You know, who knows? Like the other guy said, you might be shocked that if investigations are carried out, these agencies, we have more of them that we don't even know that they exist, you know? That is just it. Under the Tinubu's government, and Tinubu is sleeping. All Tinubu knows is to go and borrow. Before you know it now, he's signing another form, giving it to Akpabio for approval. You know? Why does Shehu Okemba Loye turn every interview into conversation about Peter Obi, regardless of the guest or the topic? It always circles back to one man. Can't a conversation be heard on its own merit without using guests as vehicles to discuss someone else? It reduces the depth of the discussion and shift focus away from real issues, from issues at hand. Shehu can do better. So you can see people are tagging Shehu. So he's going to be reading all these tweets. You know, any person you tag is going to see what you wrote. So once he is tagged, like I've read so many posts that tagged him. So he's going to be seeing what Nigerians are saying, because enough of that. We've seen enough. We've seen enough, guys. Everybody, Oshomole was on channels the other day. It was Peter Obi. Hey, Peter Obi did not fight kidnappers. Peter Obi, everybody that comes is Peter Obi. Kenneth Okonkwo came to tell Nigerians that he's now speaking for Atiku Abubakar, but it was Peter Obi. And Shehu was the one that initiated it. So I watched the video, you saw it. Shehu was the one that initiated the discussion. It's not as if the discussion, as in Peter Obi just mistakenly came into the discussion. No, he purposely asked him about Peter Obi. So why Peter Obi, while Tinubu is not being discussed around all the things he said he has done for Nigerians? Are they real? Are Nigerians seeing it? Are we feeling the effect? He will tell you the Naira is stronger, that his reform is going to be very this and that. We are not seeing any of those. IMF has talked about 8.8 trillion. Shehu is not discussing that. Now, 210 trillion from NNPC is nowhere to be found. Shehu is not discussing all that. With the insecurity happening around Nigeria, There is no investigative journalist that goes around these villages in the north to bring all these reports. Some of them are coming from English Alhaji, because some villagers will inform him that attackers are coming. They cannot inform our national TV host, but they will inform English Alhaji. Guys, can you imagine that? They are really shifting focus. The APC is spending enormous resources just to spread falsehood about Peter Obi. The party was built on deception, and it will continue to thrive on the same strategy today, guys. These were some of the things that Baba Ahmed said even before now, that the APC was built on deception. Their work is just to attack Peter Obi, guys. I believe, look at David Omai, is Peter Obi. So, what's his name? Soludo spoke recently, is Peter Obi, that we should be at the center. Don't waste your vote. That he's referring to Peter Obi, don't waste your vote on Peter. Everybody that speaks now, for you to be in Tinubu's good book, you must be talking down on Peter Obi in any of your statement that you are making. You know, Peter Gregory Obi is the only person that is being attacked by the Tinubu's led government. Not the achievement, not all the money they have borrowed, that they are not telling Nigerians where they have kept them. All they want is to be talking down on Gregory Peter Obi. So, guys, you can see that these people, they don't have anything to offer us, if not to just keep deceiving themselves, because they know that INEC is going to help them in the next election, not because they have anything to offer. No, INEC is going to do the job for them. That's why you see them, they are not perturbed. They are not trying to say, okay, Nigerians, we failed you people, but see what we are doing now to make you happy before the election. No, they are not even talking about all the fake promises, all the failed promises. Look at all the people that the Tinubu's government appointed, even those that are youth, like the Minister of Youth, the Minister for Digital Economy. All those people were thinking that when they come into power, that things were going to change for the good. But no, that's not what we see. We are seeing a government that cannot even do anything for its own people. This guy posted this is a road in Delta State. Tinubu told us he is giving money to the governors, but nothing is being done. Some people have said maybe Tinubu is lying. The governors have not come out to deny now. Shebi, they said, why the Delta State governor moved to the APC? I want to be at the center, just like Igbo governors. The Southeast governors will say, the Southeast are suffer, we need to be in the center. Tell us what they have done so differently as people at the center. It is since Peter Mba joined the APC that he stopped the fantastic work he has been doing. Majority of the achievements of Peter Mba were all done before he joined the APC. Since he joined the APC, all he has been doing is to be going for meeting in Abuja. Today he's in Abuja, tomorrow he's in Abuja. APC has given him a position that is handling there. He is running up and down and leave leadership. Guys, he left leadership and just running errand work for the APC. That's really so sad. After 5 long years, I'm officially a graduate, guys. Like yesterday, I took this news, and like I always tell people, anything that has to do with, education progress, I love to feature news like that. Benue APC crisis. APC is also having crisis in Benue State. Now, I'm going to play a video that is talking about Shetima. The Tinubu's government appears to be planning to drop Shetima.
369299.
That is another news.
Is that not true?
It has not been passed into law.
Really?
But it has gone through first reading.
Yes.
Second reading.
Exactly. So what else is left?
The senators have to look at it again and see where there are discrepancies.
Did you hear what they are telling you now? That they are going to look at some issues.
Yes.
Those issues. Why didn't you look at it before you go into passing it through the first and second reading?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that this type of thing should be debated. There should be public hearing and all that.
So, do you see why the president thinks that the insecurity is deliberate by some certain persons, possibly to expedite the state police?
It's a lie.
Okay.
It has been there since 3 years ago, since he came into office. What was he doing? It's just a campaign issue. That's how anybody will look at it, including me. I see it as a campaign issue. All this thing that he's trying to do now is a campaign issue, nothing else. After all, they have been there since 3 years ago. Why didn't you start from that time? Why didn't you start? You just want to play, you are working towards an answer. and you believe everybody will just buy into it. No, it's not possible. Even the state police, was it properly structured? Esther, was it properly structured? Because if you go and look at some of the content of that bill, the people in Abuja are still in control of the police. The state police is just there. They will still be taking order from Abuja. Because they say that whenever there is any incident of terrorism, when the state police capture them, they will now hand over to the federal police. Esther, does it make sense? Does it make sense? So what are you now? But the main reason for this state police, was it not because of insecurity? So if the police cannot handle it in the state, then of what use is that state police? Of what use? There are so many things in that bill that is very suspicious. The powers given to the state police is like they are just like Boy Scout. Yes, they are just like Boy Scout. And so they are going to rework that bill.
Well, yes, what is left now, Barrister, it has not yet been passed into law, but obviously it has gone through the first and second reading. What is left is for the state approval. The bill has been transmitted to the 36th Houses of Assembly, requires approval from at least 2/3, 24 of them, and obviously presidential assent. After passing through the state assemblies, it must be signed by the president. There are certainties that all of these constituency members representing 36 states will assent to this. So you consider it to be a sort of restructuring?
No. Look, that is the problem I have with this administration.
Okay.
Whatever they want to do, Esther, they will not do it in such a way that it will be clear-cut.
Okay.
It will be sustainable. Check, for example, the PIA that Buhari signed into law. Esther, up to today, any news from there? Has it not gotten worse? The PIA, Petroleum Industrial Act. What is going on there? Nothing. What is the benefit for? Nothing. Esther, nothing. The fuel subsidy removal, what are we getting from there? Nothing. Esther, the financial autonomy for local government, what are you getting there? Nothing. Up to today, nothing. You can go on. Even the tax reform. Do you know that up to today that thing has not been launched? Are you aware?
But it's happening already. It's already been implemented.
Good.
Because we're even hearing persons being forcefully taxed.
Of course, it's going
you have to do that. If you don't do that, there are coming persons.
Who is now the finance minister? Said that what he saw there, what he saw in circulation, was not what they proposed in that tax reform. He said it. Esther, he said it. So when all these things are going on, so what can you hold on to now and say, yes, in this area, APC have done so well? Esther, what? What? You don't do things upside down. Do it haphazardly. Is it because you lack the intelligence or wisdom to do it, or you are doing it to please yourself and not Nigerians? Which one are we going to follow here? Nothing. We said, yeah, we need state police. Is it in this manner? It is by the time they start implementation, Esther, you now see the booby trap. You now see the loopholes. You now ask yourself, then what was the need for the state police? If all these things are still there, Esther, these are issues. I don't know why Tinubu choose to do things upside down. I don't know why. I just read examples for you here. Tell me that thing he has done that, yes, it is for the benefit of the whole Nigerian and it is sustainable. Mention it. Esther, mention it. All his actions littered with loopholes. Loopholes. I mean, gaping loopholes. Why didn't somebody think of it before they went to the public with it? You don't do things like kindergarten students, and at the end of the day, the thing will backfire. It will backfire. Look at the rehabilitation of terrorists. Is that how the UN proposed it? Is that how they said it, that you are doing it? Is that how? No, it is not. It is not. If not, the people that America took to Guantanamo Bay from Iraq, they wouldn't have gone there. All the notorious terrorists from Iraq, when they invaded, they kept them there, and they dealt with them. They were all passed. They were all judged. So I don't get it when people begin to do this upside down. You captured notorious terrorists. I mean, the dreaded ones among them that are supposed to go to jail. He said he are rehabilitating them.
Barrister, in terms of education, the president actually initiated a school feeding program. It was meant to run between 2023 to 2027, and the way it was going to be done was going to be divided from state and local governments. So it will start from local governments, where each schools are given a free hot meal every day, at least once a day. They'll have adequate meal, free meals across all the either state government schools and federal government schools as well. That's the school feeding program. And the plan is actually to have a situation where you have almost 10 million Nigerian children having access to the school feeding program. All right. Although we heard that they relocated that to the Ministry of Education, and we've not been getting updates. I don't know if any of these children are benefiting from it. Please, if your child is in primary school, any of the state governments or in the local government that you know, please let us know if this school feeding program is still continuous, because there was a time we heard there was a pause on it, that they were now going to make it a feeding program for hungry children, when Nigeria was tagged as the first country, the number one country for malnourished children, either in the world or in Africa, thereabout, superseding Sudan, war-torn Sudan and all of that. And they had to supposedly reorganize that program. And about how much millions were released for that under the former Minister of Finance. Isn't that a positive initiative of this administration?
There is nothing positive here, because the program was not intended to succeed.
It was not intended to succeed? No. How do you start a program you don't intend to succeed?
Because that is what you wanted to achieve.
I don't understand.
Yes, you wanted publicity, not achievement. When that thing was started, you did not even resolve the issue of Sadiat and the
Sadia Umar Farouk.
You didn't resolve the issue. You didn't resolve the issue of Betedu.
That was why it was relocated from Humanitarian Affairs to Ministry of Education.
Good. At the end of the day, what happened, Esther? Have you seen the children you are talking about? Have you gone to the interior villages and seen these children? Some of them, their head is bigger than their entire body.
Somebody just sent a message that they have closed it.
Oh, really?
They have closed the program.
Oh, really? Over what? Corruption? Of course, corruption. Because it was so humongous. Even after Betedu and Umar Farouk, they still went ahead to tell you that this thing is in their DNA, Esther. And they know that nothing will happen. No. If they know that something will happen, they won't try it. Esther, there was a time a woman that was heading an institution, that is doing the work of nnamdi in Nigeria, in China. The woman allowed a contaminated, contaminated supplement or something into the market, and people died. Esther, while the world was pleading on her behalf to spare her, Chinese government executed her. Esther, executed. Do you think anybody that go to that office will mess up again with that example? Look, when we are talking of leadership, Esther, this APC, they don't know what is leadership. I've been saying it, and I have facts. They don't know what is leadership, Esther. All their actions is so awkward. All their behavior, all their utterances, so awkward. I can't hold anything. That is, yes, there is discipline here. Everybody is doing whatever they like. I told you here that everybody that got appointment in this administration, they have seen it as a means to cash out. Esther, they have seen it as a means to cash out. In fact, if there is no, they will create their own organization and start making money. They will create it, their own organization, and start making money, because they know that nothing will happen. Esther, nothing will happen. So if there is a country where there is no discipline, please, how can that country move forward? Yesterday, you read out the amount of money that therapists are asking Tinubu to account.
Yes, and a host of others that has not been able to make it to the court.
Billions, hundreds of billions, Esther. Nobody is talking about them. So how can we move forward? So what is that thing I can hold on to today about Tinubu and say, yes, in this area we have done so well? Look at, I was wondering how who will cook the meal in the first place?
No, there were women cooking the meal. It was actually a means for employment. They were being paid.
Please, are they getting quality food? Is the money? Are they getting value for the food? I remember one woman said instead of.
Baris, are you saying that none of his initiatives were actually good if it was followed through? Because the concept, if you look at his concept on paper, it's beautiful, it's perfect. If it is properly executed, the school feeding program for the children was a very beautiful initiative. I was a beneficiary of that system, very, very strong beneficiary of that system. What I don't know is why it was stopped. Yes. And then they told us millions of money is given to the underprivileged, but we did not see the evidence of that. Mr. Wale Edwin told us about that, but we didn't see that staunch evidence of that to buttress the authenticity of that disbursement.
Any initiative that is littered with corruption will never succeed.
Why not resuscitate that program? It's actually a very good initiative.
You know, I have told you here, Esther, when you have ill health, is it not somebody in the medical field that you approach? Either a nurse or a doctor. Is that not true? So when you want to initiate a program and you call Agberos to come and pilot it, to come and do the
so Halima Shehu and Beta Edu, they were Agberos, female Nigerians, a unique opportunity to raise capital for their businesses and projects. You definitely pay 20,000 naira. 140 million Nigerians are living in multi-dimensional poverty. Out of an estimated 220 million of Nigerians, you have 140 million Nigerians in multi-dimensional poverty, and at least 63% of Nigerians are living in this multi-dimensional poverty, lacking access to basic necessities like.
So guys, before we get back to this video, there is a trend in news. Tinubu has ordered FCCPC to probe Meta, Google, and X, other big tech firm, AI platforms, over alleged exploitation of Nigerian media content. Can you imagine? Tinubu is asking the probe of Meta, Google, X, and other AI platforms, other big tech companies, to probe them over Nigerians, like people like us who are talking about news, that they are exploiting Nigerian media content. I don't even understand where this is going to. Anyway, Barrister Darlington is also going to deliberate on that. But I'm just like highlighting this just for you guys to know that, see, these people, they have nothing for the people, you know.
Would have died yesterday. If they don't want him to know, you will not know. I can tell you.
That is what is deceiving Tinubu. If not, he would have taken a look at what he's doing and find out whether he's actually in the right direction, and stop listening to sycophants. They are in fact they are busy in this administration. They are very, very busy.
Somebody who works, the leader of Flutterwave says that the presidency is really not aware of what is happening in the politics. You believe so?
Look, Esther.
You believe so?
I think so.
Okay, let's take a listen to this. Let's take a listen. Yes.
I don't even believe in what that man is doing.
I sat with the president maybe twice, right? Very briefly. What you don't realize about the president, doesn't actually know what's going on. Honestly, I mean, how would he know? He's in a motorcade. He's driving so fast, they can't see anything. Right? His phone is not with him. There's an aide. If he doesn't want you to talk to the president, you can't talk to the president. Everybody who comes to him is scheduled. You can't meet him on the streets. The guy actually does not know anything that's happening in the country. And he has security briefings, meaning he doesn't read newspapers. So all he knows is whatever they give him in that security briefing. 100 million people could have died yesterday. If they don't want him to know, he will not know. I can tell you for free, he will not know. The principal secretary of the president, he doesn't want him to know something, he would not know what happened.
One day I read in the headline that I said Tinubu's cost big in the economy, and Nigerian economy is expanding. The very next day, the same newspaper turned to another page, especially the backline. I I encountered another headline. Nigeria's economy falters as Tinubu loses grip. I didn't know Segun Adeniyi would be here tonight. His last back page on security. I see I have a copy on my desk. Very rich outline. Thank you very much for keeping us very well. I read it all. And one person that is not here, that I read recently at the back page of Guardian, was Lanre Babalola. He was talking of zero road, no electricity. You are alternating generators and all of that. We will be there.
So, Barrister, you heard where Flutterwave CEO is saying the presidency is not wrong. You now heard the president telling us how he reads the headlines.
Yes,
on the mentioned the Guardian newspaper. Check the name of the journalist who wrote the report. So, who should we believe? You're going to hear from the president's mouth. He knows.
Yes, he knows. Seriously, he knows. You understand what? That's why whenever he wants to talk, he said that I understand your pains, but it will soon be over.
So that means nobody should exonerate him by saying that he's been isolated and doesn't know what is going on, because this counters it. For him to accurately remember the headlines.
I wasn't mentioning the names of the writers.
Exactly.
So he knows. We did it for Buhari. Everybody was exonerating him, this and that.
No, but they came out to tell us it was possible because during the most of Buhari's tenure, he was sick. So it's obvious that they could have presented false narratives. He was literally absent in his administration.
What he was pretending to be sick?
The barrister, the wife came out to confirm it. You knew that. You knew what happened after that. In fact, a lot of things were exposed after his then handler died from COVID. Yes, barrister.
No, a lot will soon be revealed to us about Buhari.
Okay, so barrister, on the political scene, the opposition, for example, Atiku is asking the president to tell us about his background and his profile, that nobody knows about his background and his profile. I remember asking you this question during the World News at 6, and I asked of what benefit will that be at this time to understand the president's profile. And he's also insisting that Baja must resign because of the accumulated corruption cases to close personnel in the cabinet of the presidency. So, barrister, did Tinubu lie about his profile that we supposedly read out on Google or Wikipedia that was presented to us? And of what use now, though Atiku is asking the right question, but of what use would that be? What controversy would that generate?
One of the principles, in fact, one of the criteria for public office is your identity.
Yes.
True or false?
Sure.
You must identify the person that want to occupy this office. Is he qualified? Is he credible? Does he have what it takes? Yes, sir, these are very important criteria. You cannot bypass it, even in the Western world. That is why whenever anybody wants to be American, they will start from his childhood. Esther, they will start from childhood to monitor this guy, know where he's coming from. That's why immediately the man came up, you see all the newspaper, they will publish his profile all over. Everybody will be reading it, In the case of Tinubu, have you read or have you seen any of these things about him, Esther? Please tell me the truth. Have you read or have you seen? In December 2025, when he celebrated your festival for his son, something that is an abomination, I said something here that, look, one day the Tinubu family, the original Tinubu family in Lagos, they will tell us what they are doing with Tinubu in Abuja. They will tell us, because they have kept silent now, pretending as if they don't know what is going on. But I know that a day will come when they will come out to tell us, we don't know this, we don't know that, because a book was published some time ago telling Tinubu to come and tell them his own genealogy in the Tinubu dynasty. You understand? But he didn't answer them. He didn't say anything. And so they kept quiet. They didn't come out to denounce or say anything. No, they kept quiet. Meanwhile, they are enjoying some of the goodies. Is that not true?
Biafra or IPOP, as he wants to divide Nigeria, he should come out and say if he doesn't believe in the division of the country. And I heard that these are the narratives being peddled in the northern region against Peter Obi by saying that his ultimatum is to the realization of Biafra and that he never at any point in time had condemned the activities of IPOP.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Esther,
So the big question is, what activities of IPOB needs to be condemned, and that anybody who needs to be lead Nigeria is someone that must stand for Nigeria and not for any section.
You can imagine, Esther. You can see people.
That's Alimodi Sharif.
I am telling you that these people, they think they are clever. So this insecurity that his people have kept Nigeria under for 15 years now. Did he talk about it? No, hold on. Who is actually trying to divide Nigeria? Is it not the North? Is it not the North? I have said it here that if I have the opportunity, if I have the power, no Northern leader will rule Nigeria again. Esther, sincerely speaking, it's just at the South here, I don't know what we are doing. We should have made it, that is a law, that Northern Nigeria, nobody will rule Nigeria again from that place. They should come and tell us why they want to destroy Nigeria. Can you just imagine? The people that are doing this into Nigeria are coming out again to blame us for what? Look at how they have been pampered. That's why they have the God to open their mouth and say this rubbish. Look at what the Fulani herdsmen and their killer militia are doing to Nigeria. Alimadu Shori did not see it, Abi. Esther, they did not see all those ones, Abi. It's unfortunate, seriously. They know that we here, I don't know what is wrong with us. Nobody is talking to them. I said we should have made it a law that no Northerner can rule Nigeria again. Because if they are not in power and they are behaving like this, imagine when they are in power. That means they will finish everybody in one day.
But he's speaking on behalf of the APC. He's a foundational APC chieftain.
What are you telling me?
And he's not the only one that has been peddling such an information from the All Progressives Congress.
It's just that they don't know how to reply such people. Seriously, Esther, they don't know how to reply them. I'm not joking. You have destroyed Nigeria to this extent, and you are still talking. You still have the mouth to talk. Because nobody here is talking to you, nobody is replying you. These killer herdsmen that are destroying Nigeria, please, where are they from? Is it not from the North? Is it not from the North? So what are they trying to do when they have taken over some swaths of land? And then declared their own caliphate and all that. What does that tell you, Esther? Is it not division of Nigeria? No, hold on, no. Is it not division of Nigeria? Where they have taken some areas and they are now running their own. In fact, they are collecting taxes from locals.
So you know, it was Alimodi Sharif that revealed to us that they were the ones who imported Boko Haram to supposedly neutralize Jonathan's administration if he refused to step down. So it's funny coming from him to say Peter Obi wants to divide Nigeria. You said it that time. So what happened?
I said it with a caveat.
What was the caveat? Really, Barrister, reach me. Now emerge in 2027, like win the elections in 2027. Do you think that Shetima's people will allow that, or that would be a minus for Tinubu if he does do that?
Tinubu is in a dilemma. You know, all this master strategy. It is not in all cases so. The strategy here is not working because I think America has given him a condition. No more Muslim ticket. And so he's trying to see how he will maneuver it to get the approval of America, because already America have told you that they are going to watch this election closely. And a mass report is being released in America as we speak. So all this is making Tinubu to be in a quandary. He doesn't know how to manage this situation. To make matters worse, APC winners in the primary, whose name were supplanted, are raising hell. So how will Tinubu carry all these baggages into 2027?
Well, our next schedule is closing up for all the candidates that will be participating in these elections. And political parties are struggling to make sure they meet up with the deadline, to make sure that all the candidates that will be participating their list would have been submitted. During the screening, the president was exempted. But the president said that during the 2026 National Convention, then the president will formally pick his VP candidate, Although Felix Smoker has said that we shouldn't supposedly believe anything we hear yet, that they're all conjectures and speculations. But there are talks that it would be a good strategic move if Shetima doesn't continue in 2027. But either way, so wouldn't that be a slide on this administration if they decide to change Shetima? And who do you think would be someone they would consider to deputize?
Shetima is not a strong man politically in the north. He's not even from the House of Fulani. He's a Kanuri man. All these things is going to play against him. You know, and the president doesn't know how to play northern politics. He doesn't know Hausa politics. Seriously, he may be good in manipulating the Yorubas and all that.
Okay.
But the North, he cannot manipulate them. That is the issue here. There is no strong Northerner today that you can bank on to go for APC, because many Northerners, because of the handshake, they are against Tinubu and his administration. So who is that Northerner that will sell APC to the North as a vice president? Who is that person? No person. No person. Unfortunately, Tinubu did not see this ahead of time, because if he knew, he would have projected somebody since 2025 and begin to groom that person, begin to make that person warm into the heart of the North, especially the Fulani oligarchy in the North. He didn't do all these things until America now brought this condition for him. So he's looking for a way to overcome all these challenges. That is why nobody is talking about that aspect of his election. Nobody. And so we need to see what will happen at the end of the day. Except already he wants to fail. That's just the truth. He has done everything to placate the North, but they are what? Implacable. The North is implacable because of what Tinubu have done so far against them, and which they are angry about. In fact, they once told him that this is not an agreement. They once told him, but this was not an agreement. That means there was an agreement which Tinubu did not fulfill. That's just the truth. He didn't reckon that things will go this south. He didn't. But the North will come out and say, this was not our agreement. We are not going to vote again in 2027. That means there is problem ahead. I said there are things that Tinubu should have done which he did not do.
Like what, sir?
Good. This is so restructuring.
Yes.
Esther, people have called the northern,
you said soul restructuring. Like he's restructuring without carrying others along.
Exactly.
What way is he restructuring, sir?
This police and then the ministry that is trying to.
But the state police is something they are all deliberating at the Senate, and at the Senate you have almost every representative across the 36 states of the Federation, including the Northerners.
Esther,
sir?
The so-called police, like I told you, have you seen the bill and the content?
It's still being looked into.
But it has been passed into law already. Is that not true?
It has not been passed into law.
Really? But hold on.
But it has gone through first reading.
Yes.
Second reading.
Exactly. So what else is left?
The senators have to look at it again and see where there are discrepancies.
Did you hear what they are telling you now? That they are going to look at some issues.
Yes.
Those issues. Why didn't you look at it before you go into passing it through the first and second reading? I was thinking that this type of thing should be debated. There should be public hearing and all that.
So,
was done.
Do you see why the president thinks that the insecurity is deliberate by some certain persons, possibly to expedite the state police?
It's a lie.
Okay.
It has been there since 3 years ago, since he came into office. What was he doing? It's just a campaign issue. That's how everybody will look at it, including me. I see it as a campaign issue. All this thing that he's trying to do now is a campaign issue, nothing else. After all, they have been there since 3 years ago. Why didn't you start from that time? Why didn't you start? You just want to play, or you are working towards an answer, and you believe everybody will just buy into it. No, it's not possible. Even the state police, was it properly structured? Esther, was it properly structured? Because if you go and look at some of the content of that bill, the people in Abuja are still in control of the police. The state police is just there. They will still be taking order from Abuja.
So, guys, we are going to leave it at that point. Let's quickly conclude by taking some more headlines on the social media. I just wanted you to say that Shetima might likely be dropped by Tinubu, as the US does not want to use their ear to hear Muslim ticket in 2027 election. So, like Barrister Darlington has said, Tinubu is not even smart to have already known who to appoint. Possibly Tinubu is still contemplating who will I appoint. They are doing all this thing because they know they are definitely going to use INEC. If votes were meant to count in Nigeria, Tinubu is supposed to have planned ahead, because it's not today that US started talking about Muslim ticket that is not supposed to be in a secular country, Nigeria, that is not a Muslim country, and you just brought Muslim country. The US also demanded for the removal of Sharia law from our constitution. That one is still being debated, but many Northerners said they are not going to try it, that it is going to remain there. So a whole lot of things, happening in Nigeria today. The question remains if Tinubu is going to dump Shettima, as there is pressure on him now to drop Shettima. And the question is, even if he drops Shettima, who is he going to take at this dying minute, because they didn't plan for that. They didn't see it coming. But as it stands now, the US is demanded for that. Like you can see, it says, breaking: Northern leaders reject state police bill. Caution against misuse of state police for political purpose. The Northern Progressive Elder Group has urged the federal government to resist calls for the creation of state police, warning that such a move could worsen political crisis and insecurity in Nigeria. Guys, Nigerian problem is always so difficult to handle. Now, we know that with the level of insecurity happening in Nigeria, let's be sincere, we need this state police. But when you look at the desperation among our politicians, how desperate these people are to get power, even if it will cost somebody's life, they don't care. That's why people are now skeptical whether state police is going to be in favor of Nigerians, or is it going to work against the people. So the debate is still there, but guess what? The possibility of the APC using them in the next election should not be ruled out. People have said, why are they doing all these things at this dying minute close to the election? Is because they want to take advantage of them. If Tinubu creates them, Tinubu will be the one paying them, then they will be alleged to Tinubu. In the next election, it's just a matter of instructing them on what to do. They will be at the polling units. They will be everywhere. It's what they are instructed to do that they are going to do. So you can imagine a country where politicians can use core members, people who went to school, are educated. They know what it means to be suffering in this country. But when it gets to election, the politicians will still manipulate core members to change result numbers. And then our professors, who are always at the collation centers, they are also being used during election. Then you get to the judges, at the judiciary, being used. You talk about INEC. I mean, learned people in Nigeria are even the ones destroying the country. So people are just wondering if Tinubu is just waking up to all this is because they know that they are going to be using INEC. If not, Tinubu is supposed to have planned ahead of time, knowing that he needs a Christian vice president. Now, this video trended recently when Peter Obi was in Oyo. That's to tell you how this man is widely embraced. No wonder they are trying to destroy him by going to national televisions to talk down on him. Bola Tinubu brain, 50% is politics, 50% is wickedness, 0% governance. That means Tinubu does not know anything about governance, leadership. This person is saying he only knows part of, politics, and the other remaining percentage is just politics, wickedness that he knows. So that is just it, guys. This is Peter Obi, the man of School of Nursing. All nursing students here, please, so they should just go and get nursing, medical doctors, all those working in the area of health. Guys, Obi is your man. You cannot even think twice to vote for Peter Obi, even if your papa is the APC chairman. You should know that this is a man who has single-handedly, from his private purse, giving out to School of Nursing. If not that the governors are restricting him from visiting their states, Peter Obi would have been all over the places giving money. But guess what? Right from time, they banned him. They said they don't want him in their state if he's gone. Even when Peter Obi wanted to go to Benue, if you can remember far back, Peter Obi wanted to go and visit IDP people. The governor, who is a reverend father, said, Obi, you dare not come. You dare not come because your safety will not be guaranteed. The same strategy Okpebolo used, the same strategy the governor of Akwa Ibom used. Peter Obi was in Akwa Ibom. He refused Peter Obi access to the School of Nursing to go and donate. Guys, APC has been targeting this man right from time. You know, it's just Peter Obi.
Some of the things that Kenneth Okonkwo said about Peter Obi. And he said, Peter Obi is not fit for purpose. He's not fit to be president of Nigeria.
He's not fit to be to align with the crop of corrupt people that he is working with. Yeah, I agree with him in that direction. He's not fit to be corrupt. He's not fit because the environment only allows for corrupt people to come and become leaders.
Peter Obi cannot win in 2027.
Well, that's his opinion. He's entitled to it, and he would wait and see. Because clearly, worse things were said in 2023.
Yeah.
And nobody believed that Peter Obi could even get 100,000 votes across Nigeria.
Okay.
INEC eventually allotted 6.1 million votes to him. You see, Kenneth Okonkwo has shown clearly, as I have described, one of the reasons, you know, when you were introducing me, one of the reasons why I joined politics is that I see politicians as actors. But, you know, when actors act on set without a director, they either overact or underact. Kenneth has gone off script, and so he's overacting. And it's unfortunate that he has gotten himself all the image, reputation that he had built for himself. He has wrecked it by veering off, you know, because he wants to please his paymasters and all of that. It's unfortunate you would come out and disparage someone who you say you worked for, you spoke for. You come out and make claims. I'm a member of the NDC. I'm an aspirant. I was part of the process. Yes, the party leadership did not do well with a lot of things, but Mr. Peter Obi was never involved in it. So for Kenneth to have come out to say, oh, that Peter Obi was part of the collection of money and all of that from aspirants, that's a fallacy. That's a terrible thing.
So how he was asking question, Kenneth Okonkwo said, how can you call somebody?
Some of the things that Kenneth Okonkwo said about Peter Obi. And he said, Peter Obi is not fit for purpose. He's not fit to be president of Nigeria.
Tell me why he's directing Kenneth. When you know Kenneth Okonkwo has made allegations, people have come out to distance themselves. All the people Kenneth Okonkwo told him that they were the ones that gave him information that Peter Obi was committing criminality in the NDC, they've all come out to distance themselves. They said they never, that Kenneth Okonkwo should bring evidence that they told him. And the same thing, Shehu is still pushing. Kenneth Okonkwo has come out to say Peter Obi is not fit, as if he does not know who Peter Obi is. Guys, I don't like the way Shehu directs questions around Peter Obi's name. I mean, he does the kind of questions he directs is, you know, you look at it, you begin to ask if there is any other intention around that. Tax is only Tinubu's understanding of economics. So President Tinubu signs 4 tax bill into law today. Guys, these people want to cripple Nigerians with taxes. They want, if Tinubu come back second time, hey, Nigerians, just pray he doesn't. If he comes back second time, now Tinubu is signing more bills. They need more taxes. And at the end, we hear that they are creating agencies not known to law and putting money there. The money, they know how Nigerians are sweating to pay taxes. These people are supposed to manage the resources of this country with so much caution, considering how people are paying through their noses. I mean, there is no lights, no good roads. Flight fare is very expensive. You want to go by road, there is no security. A whole lot is happening in Nigeria. Businesses are really suffering. Businesses are suffering. You are doing anything that has to do with airtime. Even those who are uploading video on the social media, you know what they face in terms of internet. You buy, before you know it has vanished. Sometimes network will even keep messing you up. You'll not be able to upload your videos. A whole lot that people are going through. Still, Tinubu wants taxes from them. And then you pay that taxes. Tomorrow you hear that they are creating agencies that are used unknown to law that use that money. Anyway, he said the thing with Peter Obi is that he won't chop and you won't chop. I know because I was his commissioner for environment, but I am okay with that because the people are better off. He's saying that Peter Obi focuses on the people. Even if he does not eat, there is nothing like corruption in Peter Obi's government. But at the end, the people will feel the impact of the government. Government is all about the people. Shebi, they say that it's the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Shebi is what we talk about when it comes to democracy. That is exactly what Peter Obi implements if he gets into power. You know, his former minister, his former commissioner is saying Peter Obi will not steal. He will also allow you to steal, but he will make sure the money gets to the people. That is what Nigeria deserves now. We need leadership in this country. But Tinubu knows about his cronies and all that. Now, many Northerners are still pitching for Peter Gregory Obi. Like you can see, this person said Northerners have wholeheartedly embraced the OK movement. Peter Obi and Kwankwa. So many of them are going out, creating awareness about Peter Obi, which is a nice thing to see. And like I've told you, okay, this one says Tinubu government directs Nigerian ministries, agencies to halt payment for constituency project, new contract, or also suspended. New contracts also suspended. So possibly because there is no money. All they know is to borrow. When they borrow, they won't manage it well. So constituency project, halt the money. New contract, halt the money. So for now, possibly they don't even have money to execute anything for now, because many of the contractors have been lamenting that they've not received their money for some time now, you know. So this is it, guys. I just wanted to bring all these headlines just for you to know what is happening in the Nigerian political space. Please do well to subscribe to the channel. That's the only way you can support me. I'm also turn on the bell notification for more updates. I try to bring a comprehensive information around Nigerian politics, all the headlines to you, so that you get full knowledge of what is happening in the political space in Nigeria. So also like this video so that YouTube can share it and push it for more people to see. I really want to thank you for your time with me on this live session to the end. As we end this session, God bless you for staying with me till this time. I look forward to seeing you subscribe, and I'll be happy if you do that. Let it serve as a way to support me so that I keep bringing more information to you guys. Please don't forget to also turn on the bell notification so that you see all my updates. If I post a video or I go live, YouTube is definitely going to notify you that I've gone live, and you'll be able to see more updates as regards to all what is happening in the Nigerian political scene. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you again in my next live session. God bless you, and have a good night's sleep. Bye.